All right, welcome back to the Non-Essential Experience, episode 4. I'm one of your hosts, Miguel, alongside.
With Diego. Hey, what's up, you guys?
So today we're going to be talking about shows we grew up loving, cartoons, stuff like that when we were kids. We're going to do a little small review on Twitches that we talked about in the last episode. We watched it on Disney Plus, one of the Disney original movies. And to finish it off, we're going to talk about shows to binge right now for those non-essential people like us that have lots of time on the hand, shows they might not have seen. And we're going to talk about that, give some recommendations. But without further ado, let's get into it. Shows we grew up loving. So when we talk about shows we grew up loving, what's the first show that pops in your mind, Diego?
So I'm going to start off with a fucking banger. And a show that I absolutely loved was Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Good choice. Good show.
I fucking love it. I went a long time without watching it. But just like a year ago, I bought the full box set from Amazon, and I binged it in a couple days because it is so good that it is a must-watch. It's absolutely one of the best written shows, in my opinion, almost ever. I love it. I don't see how someone could watch that show and not enjoy at least some part of it.
It's so funny. So when that show first came out, I was a little older, and I remember I saw it on Nickelodeon, and I'm like, what the fuck is this little bald kid, man? Like, I ain't paying no mind. I was like, whatever. It looks stupid. I'm not going to watch it. Then I want to say one day my brother was watching, and so I just like, oh, like, he's like, oh, it's pretty good. It's funny. It's cool. Like, I think I sat down, watched a few episodes of them, and I'm like, this actual is actually legit really funny. Which then I went back and watched it from the beginning, and I fucking love that show.
Dude, it's just so good. I remember, I'll never forget the week that the last 3 episodes came out, because they didn't release the last season like an entire, like, they didn't do it like normal, like one new episode every week.
Yeah.
The last 3, they released like the last 3 or 4 episodes the same day. The same day.
Wow.
They had this like week-long marathon from the first episode all the way to the end.
Yeah.
And I remember that I felt so lucky because, like I've said before in the podcast, when I was younger, we were broke. We didn't have cable. We didn't have internet. But this summer was like the first time we ever had cable, and we had just gotten it like a week before. And that's when the marathon started. So I got to watch it one summer. I must have been like, I want to say maybe like 8th grade, 9th grade, maybe like 8th grade going into 9th grade.
Yeah.
Or some, I'm not entirely sure. And I remember feeling so lucky that I had it, that it was like that I had cable for the first time and I got to watch it, because it is so good. The ending to it is so satisfying. Like, I just love it.
Me, I was like an adult pretty much when I first saw this show all the way through. I was like 19, 20, around that age, and I fucking loved it. Like, I was late to the Avatar train.
Question on the Avatar: what was your favorite bending style? What was what if you could have a choice of having being a bender? What would that bending be?
It'd probably be Earth, honestly, because I think I don't know, just more Earth was more badass, and it's like more at your disposal. Between that one and water, fire's kind of like okay, but you're gonna burn shit. You know what I mean? It's not that practical, I don't think. Airbending's cool too, but I don't know, it's kind of lame.
Or no, it's funny.
What?
That's exactly the same thing that I would do. It's either water or earth. I think I think I'd rather be a water bender, but I just love the way that the earth bending it
When
looks
they fucking stomp their foot, and
when they're stomping their fucking feet, punching the rocks and shit.
Yeah,
it just looks so fucking badass.
And it's and then we're talking about in the real world, it's more practical having either earth or water. You know what I mean?
Yeah, something that it always reminds me of with the earth bending was and a fight scene in Naruto when Kakashi is fighting Obito,
Yeah,
and Obito shoots a fireball jutsu at Kakashi, and Kakashi does the Earth style mud wall, and he brings up that giant like wall in front of him.
yeah.
That always remind me of like earth
Avatar.
bending, and it just looks so cool. Like being able to do something like that just looks cool. But I like the water bending too, because like the fluid movements, and like being able to do like the whole like ice, and then there's that blood bending or whatever. Like just it looked cool.
Yeah, like the water's cool too. Like, it's either water or earth. I would lean more towards earth though, for me personally. But yeah, no, the show's great. I love that show. For me, the first show that pops in my head when I think of childhood shows when I was growing up as a kid watching all the time is Rugrats. I fucking loved Rugrats so much, dude. That shit, Rugrats was life as a kid, man. You ever seen Rugrats?
See, I think Rugrats is a little bit like before, like maybe not before my time,
It kind
but
of is though.
but I think it's like right in that cusp of like if I didn't like it was either hit and miss with me. Like I enjoyed it. I still enjoyed the show when I did watch it, but I never watched it enough for me to be like, yes, I love it.
No, I fucking loved it as a kid. I remember when they came out the first Rugrat movie, they were doing this thing where they're like, you know, Burger King and like and McDonald's, and not only Happy Meals, but you can, like, I guess, buy or get stuff on the side. Like they done the Pokeballs from Pokemon,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
they did it with watches. They had these Rugrats watches, and I had this Tommy Pickle Rugrat watch and I remember I was in the fourth grade. I want to say maybe third grade. Was it third grade? It was third grade, and I would just fucking press it all the time. It was just Tommy's voice, and I know it annoyed the shit out of the kids next to me.
But you had the
But
fucking cool watch.
dude,
Like
I
they were
thought I
famous.
was the shit. I had the cool ass watch. The Rugrat movie just came out. You know what I mean? Like, y'all got this watch. Y'all know what time it is? I don't think so.
It's like they hate us because they ain't us. Like,
No, that show's great. And then even the sequel to it, All Grown Up, it's not that bad. It's not as good. It's not as funny, but it's still not that bad
dude, that show gets so much hate. The All
for
Grown
no
Up were,
reason.
and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
from what I remember, it's not horrible. It might not be as
So
good
a
as
few
Rugrats.
years ago, like 3 years ago, maybe, I watched all the Rugrats, all of All Grown Up, and that shit still holds up. It still cracks me up. I still like it. I'll still watch it to this day.
I'll take your word on that. I don't think I don't think that's one of those shows that I'll ever go back and watch.
I'm not saying people go out here and watch it. I'm just saying I fucking loved that as a kid, and even to this day, I watch it. It's still funny. I still have a good time with it. And All Grown Up gets a bad rep. It's a good show, and they're bringing back the Rugrats apparently.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're bringing back a brand new like animated show. I think it's gonna be a sequel. Like it's gonna continue where the original one, I believe, it left off, something like that. It's like it's gonna just avoid All Grown Up, and then they're doing a live action movie that I don't really care to see though.
I didn't know that. I never heard about it. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, you know, lately it's all about reviving old shows. Lately, like they brought back the Powerpuff Girls. I haven't actually seen the new one,
Me
but I know they
neither.
brought it back.
Me neither. But another show that this is like an era for me. Like it's just not one show. It's like multiple shows that came out around not the same time, but like I remember watching at the same time. And it was the era of Cartoon Network where they had Camp Lazlo, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and they had another show that I can't remember. It was out of the three, it was probably the one that I liked the least. It was where some guy was going to a high school, like a school,
Yeah.
with a bunch of like animals. He was the only human person in that school.
No clue.
I forgot what it was. Like I said, it was the one that I liked the least, but I loved Camp Lazlo and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Like, just absolutely loved them.
Hey, this era of Cartoon Network just passed me. Like I was a little too old. I saw a little bit of Foster's and I actually did like it, but I've never seen Captain Laszlo. I know what it is though, and I've never seen the other show, which I know what you're talking about. I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, it was a little bit after my time.
Yeah, dude. Foster's Home was just, I thought was just so good for some reason. I just, loved. I couldn't get enough of Blue, and I don't know. It was just one of those. It's one of those shows that whenever I think about like my childhood, it's a cartoon that sticks out in my head so vividly that I couldn't even. I don't even think I could give you like a full like synopsis of what that show was about. But it just sticks into my mind so well. And the episodes that I remember, I just remember loving them so much. And like, and then I forget her name. I want to say it's Gwen is from Ben 10.
The redheaded girl.
Yeah, the redheaded girl, dude. Let me tell you, when I was a fucking like a preteen, let me tell you, man, like that, like she was like okay, like everyone when they're younger, they have at least one cartoon girl or whatever. Like a really common one is Misty from Pokemon. She was probably one of the ones where I was like, I am definitely like into girls, and this right here is what proves it.
That's so random. That's funny. For me, another one is Pokemon. Like,
oh, dude, of course, that's
Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like that show to this day, like it goes many generations of kids growing up on Pokemon. Fucking Pokemon. I remember when I was a kid. Like, I don't even remember how old. Like, I just remember my brother telling me, like, "Oh, dude, there's this show. It's badass. You gotta watch it." But they play it at freaking 5 a.m, whatever it was, before school, and I didn't wake up that early until the next day. I think I woke up that early, and it was Pokemon, and it just like blew my mind. I'm like, this show is fucking awesome, dude. Like, it's the best, and then like everybody loved that show. You know what I mean?
it was just so good. It's just when I was younger, I loved it. And then like it was just fucking great. I just loved it. That beginning song.
Pokemon rap, yeah, dude. That was my shit, man.
Dude, I remember like I used to compete with my cousins to see who could say it to like keep up with the actual song, and it was just so good. That's actually one of the few shows that my dad would sit down and watch with me, like when he had the chance. And he would watch Pokemon, both the Kanto region and I Choose You, or not I Choose You. What's the Johto region one called?
I don't know.
And he would watch those two shows with me like religiously. He also watched Yu-Gi-Oh with me and Gundam.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's fucking the shit. We'll get into the Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I have Pokemon like who's that Pokemon? Man, those I go back and watch them. They're so cheesy. And some of the older stuff is kind of boring, but I still love it. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one of those shows that even no matter how like not like boring, I want to say, but like no matter how cheesy and like childish it gets, it's always gonna have this like warm place in my heart where
now that I'm older, it's like fuck, dude. Ash is so frustrating to watch sometimes.
Oh yeah, but at the same time, he's a little kid though. He's 10. Like,
I know that, but like,
think about yourself when you were 10. I assure you, you were a fucking turd like Ash was too.
Because I wouldn't give away my Butterfree.
Oh, dude, don't. I remember the day I watched that episode. I was at my cousin's house and I bawled. Like,
by Butterfree, I think it was called the episode.
Yeah, I cried my eyes out. Like, literally cried my eyes out. I had to go downstairs and like. I had like my dad had to like sit down next to me and like talk to me and I'd say that it's okay and give me a hug because I was like genuinely crying my eyes out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I just because it's so sad. Like, it's
dude, I remember when the Pokemon the first movie came out. Like, that to this day that shit still makes me sad when fucking Ash gets frozen and Pikachu's just like electrocuting him.
Right. Or when Pikachu slapping Pikachu, like
I remember like Pokemon was so big back then. I remember when the Pokemon the first movie came out, and my mom took me and my brother to go watch it at Boulder Station, and the fucking line was to just even buy tickets was out the fucking door of the casino.
God damn.
Like it back then, dude, it was fucking crazy. Like I remember, like the line. was out the doors, passing like Kids Quest, heading towards the parking lot. Like that's how crazy it was back then, dude.
Holy shit, dude, that's crazy. There's some but yeah, that just Pokemon is just it's just one of those shows, dude, that like I think it's a requirement to get past your childhood. You at least had to watch a little bit of Pokemon. Even if you didn't like it, I don't see how, but it's just so good.
There was like in my school, my elementary, there was nobody that didn't like Pokemon. Whether it was the games, the cards, or the show, there in one form or another, you knew Pokemon and you liked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I think I'm since I'm a little younger than you, that the Pokemon craze like that was over, and people didn't admit they liked Pokemon as much. But I assure you, there was like a good like 80% of people at least enjoyed it in some way, shape, or form. Because
no, like in my elementary, everybody, dude.
Because yeah, it was just what I hate is I rewatched Pokemon 2000. Is it the one where with
Entei?
Lugia? Is that
Oh,
Entei? No, the one with Lugia and
you might be
Zapdos.
right. Pokemon the third movie might be Entei. I'm not sure.
And it was so disappointing that I didn't enjoy it as much.
No, you're right. 2000 is Lugia. Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it as much. I remember loving it, but
Again, you might be too young, but I don't know if it was Pokemon the first movie or Pokemon 2000, where in the theaters they always for these Pokemon movies they always show like a little short film,
mm-hmm.
and they showed Meryl, but at the time no one knew like that Pokemon wasn't officially announced or shown anywhere, and it was like the blue Pikachu, Blue Chew, you know what I mean? It was like all the rumors were all over the place back then. Like, actually, you might have been too young for that. Like,
Yeah.
I remember that shit was.
That's before me. That's before me, I think. Another show that I loved as a kid, that I thought you were gonna talk about before was Drake and Josh.
Dude, Drake and Josh was my shit, man.
Dude,
Hug me, brother.
I'm just who did you relate more with, Drake or Josh?
Which was which? I'm sorry. I don't. Off the top of my head, I remember.
Drake is the cool rock star dude. Josh is the fat guy.
Oh, then Josh, because my brother was like the cool dude, and I was the fat chubby kid, the loser.
Same as fuck. I don't have an older brother, but my cousin that I spent most of my time with when I was younger, he was. I always thought of him as the Drake, and I thought of myself as the Josh, and I hated it. I hated it. He's like what, maybe 3 years older than me, and he always tried to compete with me on everything, and he was older, so he was better than me in most things, and he would always hold it over my head, and I fucking hated it, and that's why I just looked at him as Drake. So in the show, I always rooted for Josh to win.
But by the end of that show, Josh was a man, dude. He lost the weight. He was smart as shit. And Drake was just the cool guy, man. Dumb as shit, dumb as rocks.
Right.
And Morgan was always annoying as shit in that show.
Right. The other day I had this weird inkling to look her up. Morgan is Josh's girlfriend, right? The nerdy one, the one that bullied him.
Wait, a what?
Morgan is the girl that
She's a little sister.
That's Megan.
Oh, Megan, my bad. That's what I meant. She was so annoying, Megan. I haven't watched this show in so long, dude.
I was just like, Morgan.
My bad.
Then what's some of Josh's girlfriend's name?
I don't remember then. If I couldn't remember the sister's name, you think I remember the girlfriend's name?
Well, I decided to look her up because I was like, I saw a video on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I looked her up, and apparently
I remember what she looks like.
Apparently now she's like a super edgy like artist / like musician that like sings in like France or something. I was like,
Really?
What the
That's
fuck is
random as
this?
shit.
Like she's like dressed in all black and like in a black and white filter. Like I was like,
A lot of these kids from the Nickelodeon shows and Disney shows just fucking they go down a weird path, man.
I think it's just fucking fame, dude. I
Oh,
think
of
fame
course,
at
it's
such
the
a young
fame.
age like fucks you over for the rest of your life, which is sad to say.
But it's not only fame. I think it's also fame plus being a Nickelodeon kid, or especially a Disney kid. You have like a persona to hold up. Like,
For such a long time, like when you're younger, you have to
yeah,
pretend you're this thing, and you don't get to really like dive into your edgy phase like in your
yeah, because you
teens.
got to be super nice and smiley. You know what I mean? Because that's Disney, that's Nickelodeon. So I
Yeah,
think that's why more with those kids, like they end up fucking doing crazy shit for a while.
you might be right. Because just look at fucking Miley Cyrus, dude. Look at the rabbit hole that she jumped into.
But she didn't jump into that until she was like way older, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Because once she was done with her whole Hannah Montana thing, she was like a regular singer, and then out of nowhere she started to cut her hair and then did those little rap
Cannonball
thing.
or whatever thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And now she's like a fucking normal country girl again,
Is
I
she
guess.
really? Is she
So
really?
like
I thought that
not
was just like a.
not to the level, but yeah, she's like settled down now. She's like regular. She's not psycho no more.
Okay, that's good. Poor old fucking Billy Ray Cyrus couldn't take it any longer.
Other show growing up, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Was life, dude. Like that's another show that when I was when elementary was all about Pokemon, middle school was all about Yu-Gi-Oh! Like I wouldn't say the whole school was talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, but there was it was a good percentage that fucking loved Yu-Gi-Oh, was talking about Yu-Gi-Oh.
See, that's not how it was with me. Because like we said, I'm younger, so that's like not at all like it was like with me.
And I remember like me and a bunch of our friends that we all lived near each other, all bought Yu-Gi-Oh cards, dual. Because like when I was younger, I had Pokemon cards, but didn't know how to actually use them, just collected them. But
Same.
with Yu-Gi-Oh, we actually knew how to play, so we would play Yu-Gi-Oh. We freaking have tournaments. They like the little I don't know. You watched Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Yeah.
You know how they had the Duelist Island where you have to collect the stars?
Yeah.
Like one of our buddies set that up where he like cut out a bunch of fucking stars and like we had to beat each other to collect them do the fight. It was so fucking wild and it was awesome though. Like we had so much fun. It was a blast. Like I love Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
And see, when I was younger, the way it was either you were a Pokemon guy or you were a Yu-Gi-Oh guy, and it was like an all-out war. Like you couldn't be friends if you liked the other. Like if you liked one and
That's
the,
funny. I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but I would feel like at your age, because you actually you're way younger than me. I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh, when you were like in elementary, middle, like elementary, I guess Yu-Gi-Oh was like blowing the fuck up.
yeah, but the Pokemon fans were so extreme because at that like we were just like I said, it was you were either one or the other, and you were an extreme fan.
Because I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh, I mean Pokemon, I don't think like not necessarily died, but I feel like it faded for a while. I don't know. Maybe
Um,
it's just me because again I'm
I
older,
don't think
so
so. I don't think so because it was still popular, dude. Like they still had toys, they still had the cards. Like I don't think so. Maybe I don't know because from what I remember, like because at my age, I don't know if it was like this with you, but it was less and less popular to be into the nerdy stuff like that.
oh yeah, of course. I think that goes with any age.
So, so of course
That's
people stopped.
in middle school. It stopped being like people wouldn't talk about it as much, but I wouldn't say people were embarrassed about it. But when you get to high school, some people didn't talk about it and people were embarrassed about it. You hide it unless you're the fucking loser kids.
See, the way it was for me was you were embarrassed to talk it, like not embarrassed, but like it was you hid it a little bit more in elementary school. You were embarrassed about it in middle school, and then in high school, everyone just stopped caring, and they just were just doing whatever they were into. That's how it was with me at least. In high school, dude, it was like we had a Yu-Gi-Oh club at the high school that I went to, and
Yeah,
you'd be
that's
surprised
funny.
the people that were in there, or you would be surprised about the people that that were into it and weren't like like embarrassed to talk about it. Of course, the majority of the people that were in there were people where you would look at them walking in the hallway, like where you could see them walking in the street, and you would be like, "Yeah, that person's into Yu-Gi-Oh. They can't even lie about it." Like that sweaty, chubby dude walking down the street over there. Yeah, he's either into Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, My Little Pony, or all four. Like he's
Like,
into it.
I don't know about that guy, but he collects cards. Like,
Exactly.
oh, for sure, dude, for sure. What other show? What other show comes to mind? Man, I have like 100. I'm not gonna talk about them.
Same. I have so many shows that come to mind.
My next couple ones, you're gonna go next, but my next couple ones are gonna be lesser known, not lesser known, but lesser talked about.
All right, I'm a show that I liked. I don't know if this is how you looked at it, but you were either a Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, or Disney fan. And
I don't know that I don't, as me as a kid, I watched everything I could. I wasn't like, I didn't have alliances.
See, I tried to, but what ended up happening is I would end up falling in love with the show, and then like trying to catch that show at the right time. Because like I said, I didn't have cable back in the day, so I didn't know when shows were on. Yeah. So I would only watch, like, for a while I only watched these shows while I was at my cousin's house on the weekends. So I didn't know what time they were gonna be on, and we didn't have he didn't have the little, like, the channel thing where it told you what was next.
I was about to say, dude, that's one thing. These fucking kids not today, dude. When we were kids, especially when I was a kid, like, I did have cable, so that's why I was able to watch everything. But having to switch to channel 1 or whatever, where it scrolls through the whole TV guide, and you better not miss the channel that you're trying to see what's coming up next. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, like I said, I didn't have that. So what would end up happening is, like, I let's say I would fall in love with, like Foster Someone for Imaginary Friends. I didn't know what time it was going to be on, so I would turn the TV on at any random time, and I would watch it for X amount of time until I saw that it was announced.
Yeah.
But what would end up happening is I would end up watching like 2 episodes of some show, and I'd be like, "Oh damn, that's a pretty good show." And little by little, I became a huge fan of these shows, of like everything on Cartoon Network at the time.
The one benefit that you had when you're younger is that a lot of these shows had already had like a lot of episodes. So when they would show them, they'd probably show like what 2, 3, 4 episodes at a time. You know what I mean?
2 episodes at a time. It would be like a block, like an hour block.
Where I remember when I first started watching Pokemon, you'd only get one fucking episode, and then, or when I watched Dragon Ball Z, you'd only get one episode, and you better not miss one because tomorrow's a new episode. The day after that's a new episode.
See, with me, I got hit with that rerun, curse. Yeah. And it would just be rerun after rerun after rerun after rerun, and you could only watch the new episodes like once a week at a specific time. But most of the time, I couldn't watch that, so I would end up catching random reruns of whatever show I was into. But a show that I fell in love with by accident one summer was Ben 10.
Yeah, that's a show I've never seen,
and it's so good.
Again, it was past my age.
Yeah, it might not be as good as I remember, but
well, because you recommended it, I did start watching it the other day. It's actually pretty good. I'm like 4 episodes in. I'm enjoying it so far.
But what I loved about it, and something that I just looked into recently, is the lore behind it. And the lore and the world they built around it was fucking great. Something that I'm super into, and almost anything that I play, watch, read, is the lore of the world. And the lore behind the Ben 10 universe is fucking awesome. But
yeah, it's something that maybe I'll see if I get into it. Like I said, I've seen 4 episodes. I like them. I still need to go back. Just like a week ago that I watched them, maybe 2 weeks ago now.
All right. Well, let me know if you enjoy it.
Yeah, another show that popped in my head. Jackie Chan Adventures. You ever seen this?
I watched a very little of it. I remember there being like stones with little drawings on them, like, and each one gave you a different power.
Yeah,
Um,
there were I think they were called medallions, but dude, that show was my shit. It was Jackie Chan with his grandpa, I think,
niece.
or was it or his niece? And I don't know if it was his dad or his grandpa. Maybe his grandpa. And
I
then,
don't know.
dude, that show
And
was my shit.
the big dude that didn't talk.
The big dude didn't talk. Like he was evil at first, the big dude, and then he
Was he
becomes
really?
yeah. Then he becomes a good guy.
What? I didn't know that.
Oh, maybe I could be wrong. I haven't seen this show in a very long time. But that whole back in the day, that cartoon, it was on Saturday mornings. Was my shit. It was like that. They put on Mucha Lucha. You ever seen that one?
Yes.
That was my shit, dude. Like I said, I fucking love wrestling. And then Luchadors and a cartoon for kids. That was my shit, dude. Like the Jackie Chan Adventures. That's another show that I've been wanting to watch again. I haven't. I'm kind of scared. Like, what if it's not as good? You know what I mean?
It's 5 seasons long, dude. Oh man.
What, Jackie Chan?
Yeah, dude, and it's
Yeah,
a
it's a
pretty
long show.
it's a pretty chunky boy, dude. I'm looking at like the amount of episodes, and it's pretty long, dude. Like surprisingly.
But yeah, the
For
whole it was the WB Kids block. Shaolin Showdown. You ever seen that one, dude?
yeah, I've watched Shaolin Showdown. That was that was good. I remember it being good. I'm I didn't watch. I watched like the first season, like the first like main arc. I didn't
Yeah.
get into it when they got like a special like, you know how they had like they competed in those like weird showdown games for
Yeah.
like the special weapons. I'm I don't know if you watched this far ahead, but later on in the story, like eventually they got assigned like attributes like wind, earth, fire, and water,
I don't
and
remember that.
they got like assigned specific like um uh, I forgot what they called them, like those little like things they were looking for assigned to them. Like the bald dude got
Yeah.
like a little eye thing or something. One of them got a sword.
Little Krillin.
Yeah. But yeah, that's one of those shows that I watched when I was younger, but I didn't watch too much.
Dude, that was my shit. Like I remember like the Challenge Showdown, Mucha Lucha, Yu-Gi-Oh! All Saturday morning Static Shock, dude. Fuck. Back then, like Saturday morning cartoons, I as far as I'm aware, it really isn't a thing anymore. Like back then, it
Yeah,
was all about the Saturday morning. You got to choose. Are you gonna go on Fox, the Fox block? I forgot what they called it. Or
WDB, the WB for kids or whatever,
yeah,
or the Fox. Yeah, man, that takes me back, dude. I haven't heard the words Challenge Showdown in such a long time.
I know, right? These are shows that once we're done, I need to look them up. See, if you can watch them anywhere, like Jackie Chan Adventures. Like I remember Fox had X-Men, do the X-Men cartoon, Spider-Man cartoon, Animaniacs, Batman. Like that, dude. Those were my shit. Bobby's World. You're probably way too young for Bobby's World.
I've never even heard of that.
It was like this kid, dude. He rolled on his tricycle. I can't really tell you much about it because I don't remember that much. But I just remember loving it as a kid. Like
Damn,
cartoons, they used to be so good back in the day, man.
right? But and I wonder, do you think it's like we think back on it fondly because that's what we watched, and we think it was good because of. Do we
No,
remember it being good because we watched it, and the shows now are just as good, or they were just as bad as the shows now, but they're just disconnected from us
so
watching it or not?
I'll say this:
I don't know if I said that right.
some of the kids shows today are way better than they were when we were kids, because I think they're written better. But on the majority scale, I see some of these kids shows today, and like they're fucking super dumbed down. Like where I've gone back and rewatched some of the shows we grew up on, and they're still fucking good. Like just for example, all the Nickelodeon stuff, the Hey Arnolds, the Wild Thornberries, the Cat Dog, like I fucking love those shows, and those shows are still good. Angry Beavers, like they're still legit really funny, and they still hold up. And I've seen all those all the way through in the last like 5-6 years.
Nice. That's what I always can't help but wonder that, like, I don't know if I'm just looking at things with like nostalgia goggles.
Like Nickelodeon had so many bangers, dude. It's like they had Hey Arnold, fucking Rocket Power. You ever seen Rocket Power?
It's some of the shows that I knew about, but didn't really watch.
They're so cool, dude. Like, there's a group of kids that hanged out on the boardwalk. They could skateboard, surf, fucking everything, dude. I'm like, damn, these kids are cool as shit. I want to be like these kids.
They were the kids that they were everything I wasn't.
You know? Oh fuck, man. Any other shows popped in your head?
Dude, like I said, just so many, but
yeah, because I don't want to talk about every show.
But I don't think there's anything else I really want that I could really remember right now off the top of my head that I genuinely enjoyed watching, that I loved. Of course, there's shows like when I was younger, I loved watching Naruto, Dragon Ball Z. But those shows are just so.
Yeah.
That
again, Dragon Ball Z. That's another thing. That was in elementary. Everybody fucking loved and knew about Dragon Ball Z. Everyone talked about Dragon Ball Z, and just those shows on Toonami in general. Like right after school on Cartoon Network, the Toonami block.
Yeah.
Like they had that. They had Rurouni Kenshin,
Yu Yu Hakusho,
Yu Yu Hakusho, Sailor Moon,
Gundam. Forget if it was Wing or Destiny. But yeah, dude, like I said, there's just so many shows that I watched when I was younger.
Dude, I remember when I was a kid, like Dragon Ball Z was so big. There was even a Dragon Ball Z magazine, dude.
Was it really?
Yeah, there was a Dragon Ball Z. I had so many issues that I threw them out. I still have one like in my possession though. It was like a special edition magazine. It's literally I have it right here by my bed too.
Oh damn! I didn't know that. I didn't know that they had a magazine.
Yeah, purely Dragon Ball Z. Like there was fan art, there was pictures of like upcoming movies and stuff like that. They always had like the most badass covers too, dude.
But we were saying though, I could go on for hours about just shows that I watched. But I think we should talk about a review of Twitches.
Yeah,
I think we've been beating around the bush for a little bit because
if you didn't hear last week's episode, but you listen to this one, like every other week, we're gonna watch one of these old school movies that are like we remember loving it, either me or Diego. That most likely is probably crap now or really bad, and we're gonna watch it and see what we think about it today, like how it holds up, how dumb it is, how funny it is, or whatever it may be. So last week Diego chose Twitches because it's one of the first movies he remembers watching as a kid, as far as Disney original channel movie. So Diego, you're being the one that liked it. I've never seen it. What did you think?
Man, I was surprised, to be honest. I thought I was gonna watch it and I was just gonna fucking just shit on it like mercilessly for like 15, 20 minutes, however long we end up talking about it. But surprisingly, it wasn't horrible. It was cheesy. It was super cheesy.
I liked it.
It was cheesy. I won't deny that. I enjoyed watching it. I won't recommend it.
No, I don't recommend it either. I'm not like, oh, dude, go watch this shit. It's a hidden gem. No, not that.
Like,
I was just surprised because I'm like, dude, oh my god, like this movie. Like I hope. I remember going in. I'm like, it's gonna be bad. I just hope it's one of those movies where it's so bad that it's good.
Like a funny bad movie. Like
yeah, but it was like, oh no, this movie's actually okay. Like I enjoyed myself. Like the movie's an hour and 27 minutes. It didn't feel like short, but it didn't feel like a 2-hour movie. Like it felt like an hour movie. Like it kind of flew by.
Right. Just the movie was good. Just the whole like the magic part of it. was a
That
little too. It was just a
so
little too
real quick
corny
for
for
those
me.
who haven't seen it, this movie's about two sisters, twin sisters, played by Tia and Tamara, which are from Sister Show Sister Sisters. They're real life twins. They get separated at birth. Well, first off, like they're witches, I guess, and they're princesses of this like some other world, and then they get separated at birth because the darkness wants to kill them to
And they're
take their power. And the movie just starts off, and there's just two fucking babies lying on the floor. God knows why. They don't really say. And then these two people, they're pretty much guardians, just show up and like, oh, we got to separate the babies, take them to two separate places so that what's it called? They're protected. So like, I can't tell you where I'm taking mine. You can't tell me where you're taking yours, so that the darkness can't find them. Then they end up taking them to the same fucking planet on the same city.
right.
Which I'm like, what are the chances of that? Like, okay, whatever. So they have powers. They don't know they have powers. It's their 18th birthday, right?
21st birthday. The
21st birthday. And both of them wake up and they're like, oh, I feel something funny about today. Like they have a strange feeling. And then they eventually run into each other, and then all their life they didn't know they could do magic because they never tried.
And no, this entire movie happens in the span of like 18 hours.
Yeah, pretty much. I said the morning of the 21st birthday till the night,
which is fucking crazy. But the two people that I loved in the movie that I didn't think I was gonna love were their guardians. One of them, the guy's name was Karsh, and the other one was
I don't remember the girl's name though.
I forget her name, but the chemistry they had was fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're legit funny. Although there was one scene where they follow them back to their house, one of the girls. So one of them's rich, one of them grew up poor. They go back to the poor one's apartment because her adopted mom died, so she's being taken care of by like a family friend. They go to the house, and then the girl so they can teleport, and she's like morphing through the wall. It takes her like a fucking hour to get to the wall, even though they in every other scene they just teleport.
Right?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what scene you're talking about.
I'm like, why? Like,
I get it. And then she's like, "Oh, I just walked through a 70s wallpaper that I'm gonna be emotionally scarred for
life." Yeah.
And I was like, was it that scarring that it took you an hour to walk through like a fucking like just a brick wall? Like, I remember, we're talking about how easy it is to walk through a brick wall, even though we can't walk through brick walls, or there's no way of like scientifically proving how long it would take. But
in every other scene, they just teleport. But
everything's done like
she decides to walk through the wall. It was so ridiculous.
Not just walk through the wall, like apparently, like just stand inside the wall. Like I get what you mean. It's that scene was kind of like, why? Like, what was the point of her walking through the wall if she wasn't gonna get anything done?
And then another scene early on when the sisters first meet each other, they're in this high-end clothing store.
That didn't look high-end.
It did not look high-end, but they acted like $600 shirts or something like that, right?
For like a dress or something. Like
it was like a blouse and it was like $600. Either way, the broke one goes in there looking for a job. She's like, I really need a job. And she's like, no. And then I forget, she does this fake thing like, oh my God, girl, I love your boots. They're so cute. Then she's like, you know what? I guess we desperately need help. You're hired. Put these clothes away. Put these go backs away. I'm like, bitch. Like, no interview, no nothing. Like that doesn't happen. Like,
dude, I can't believe it, but I had the exact same fucking problem. I was like, where is it that you just go and you pester someone for a job? They're like, no. You fucking decide to say something nice about their shoes or their clothes, and they're like, oh, cool, like you're hired. Go put these clothes away. That you don't know where they go. You don't know anything about this place because you've never stepped foot. You didn't get trained. Nothing. Go put this clothes away.
Like, as an adult, it just bugs me because like
exactly, like as like no, like because we have work experience, we know how things go, and for them to try to push these lies about how easy it is infuriated me for whatever fucking reason, and I'm still mad about it.
and then by the time within those whole 5-10 minutes, she gets fired too.
Yeah,
because they think she's stealing the clothes because she ran after her sister. And then I guess their magic is also super strong whenever they hold hands. That's how they first find out they have magic.
yeah, because one of them tries to run away or something. But yeah, we don't want to talk about the whole movie. Like,
No,
we don't want to spoil. We don't want to spoil it because this movie like was so good that it can't be spoiled. What would you rate it out of 10?
So before I rate it, I want to talk about one more scene.
Okay.
we have to talk about it. So
No, don't do it again. Don't do it.
So first off, like I said, their dad dies, was killed by. You later find out the brother, who also the queen, their mom, her husband dies, and the husband's brother ends up hooking up with her. I guess it's not really explained.
No, they do. They say that. Oh yeah, he married our uncle. Our mom married our uncle.
I guess that
and no one. And they didn't question it. I was like, if
I'm
I
like,
ever
this
heard,
dude has a fucking scar on his face. He's clearly a bad guy.
Dude, not just that. Like
how
imagine
that?
Imagine marrying your brother's wife.
Like that's super creepy. Like, how did no one bat an eye? How did she think that was even okay? Like
excuse me, like what?
So, so he's trying to kill the two girls, but acting like he's trying to protect them. So at the end, he captures the mom. He captures the two helpers, and he's just this big black and red smoke in the ceiling of the castle, and the castle looks terrible. Anything to do with the castle and magic looks horrible because this movie's from 2005. The CG just wasn't that great. So it's just the two girls. Like, we gotta defeat him.
Hold on, this dude looks like the original like gas monster from Lost. That's what they're fighting. They're fighting like the original gas monster from Lost. If you guys are wondering,
Lost, I don't even know what that looks like.
You've never seen Lost?
No.
Don't waste your time.
I know how it ends, purgatory, but yeah, dude, like he's like this gas monster. You just see his face coming out of the gas every once in a while. And like he's like, oh, I gotta defeat these two girls, but he's just chilling on the roof while they're over here crying, trying to figure out what should we do. And like, oh, well, every time we hold hands, our magic becomes stronger. So then they hold hands, and then they're
What's the opposite of the darkness? It has to be light. Oh, it's not light. It's actually love. And they just start going down like a fucking list
of people that they love, and like fucking lights of like light attacks are coming off their body. Like, I love my mom, and then it attacks the dude in the sky.
And the guy's like groaning. He's being like oddly pleased by it. He's like, oh.
Dude, that was a little creepy. It was like moans more than it was like screams or like.
I was like, dude, chill out. Like, I was like, this is not okay.
Like, this is a Disney Channel show movie. Relax,
like, dude. These are your nieces, all right? Like, you need to chill the fuck out. Like we already forgave you for fucking like marrying your brother's wife, and now you're trying to.
He could have easily came down, struck them, and killed them, but like he's just chilling, waiting. And they're like, I love my mom, I love my best friend, I love my life. And then at the end, super cheesy, and I love my sister. And then the other one, I love my sister too. You just met each other about 12 hours ago. And that's the most strongest love you have, is the love you have for each other. Right? You just met 12 hours ago.
Like they began with the strongest fucking love, and they progressively got lower. They're like, I love my mom, I love my family, I love my fucking whatever. I love my third grade teacher that I met all these years ago, a year with. And I love my fucking sister, I guess. I'm like, why? You should have gone the other way around. Like, what is this? And I know that they were trying to like, oh, I love my sister, and like we're sisters and this and that. Just that ending literally took the movie. Like, my rating for this movie, I think.
Okay, let's get into ratings, and we'll finish up with this subject.
All right.
So before, like you said, before the ending, dude, no bullshit. I'm like, this is like a solid 7 to me.
Same.
Like, It's
Same,
not
dude.
bad. It's enjoyable enough. Like I might even recommend this movie. And then like the last 10, 15 minutes happen, and I'm like, fuck. I knocked it down to like a 6.
Same, like 5.5, 6
Yeah, that's where
for
I
me. Like
sitting at.
those last 10, 15 minutes literally like knocked it down an entire like 10 points.
That's what I was expecting the whole movie to be.
I was just like, I don't remember this ending being like this. It's just
Although there is a Twitches too, and we're not gonna review that on here, but I probably might actually watch it on my free time.
no bullshit. Maybe I just want to see what happens. I want to know. I want
Yeah,
to know
same.
what else, how else they could
I mean, the Twitches 2 was filmed 2 years later, so it might have to be. It might be a little better because Tia and Tamara are actually pretty decent actresses. And another thing, like because this movie is filmed so long ago, and I guess maybe it's a lower budget. But I don't know if you noticed. This is stuff I noticed. There was 2 scenes. One was the birthday scene, and one was when they're in the streets, where you can tell they re-recorded their dialogue like in the studio.
Yeah, there was a scene with the mom and the dad of Cam.
Yeah,
and going back, I hated them. I hated Cam's mom and dad, the rich family.
yeah.
I hated them. The dad more than the mom. The mom was alright. The dad was so fucking annoying. Every scene that he was in was like horrible. I just wanted him to leave.
You can tell that any scene that was filmed in the outside was re-recorded in the studio, like as if they didn't know how to get good sound quality in the outside world. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I noticed. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I had the exact same problem. I was gonna bring it up, but I forgot.
Yeah,
The budget for that movie was only $20 million, dude.
only fuck. That's a lot of fucking money because
but for a Disney movie, dude, like it's not a lot.
bro, like freaking what? Paranormal Activity is less than $1 million, and that movie looks way better than this one.
But that's also recorded through a fucking phone. Like
20 million sounds like a lot for a Disney Channel movie.
I don't know. But that explains their fucking horrible CG and all these other problems that they had.
Any last words on Twitches?
Why? Basically, dude. Like,
I wouldn't go that far. It was okay. It was okay.
Yeah, I'm just fucking around, but it was alright. I wouldn't watch it again. It's one of those movies where if you ever want to watch a stupid kids movie, that might be your movie.
But yeah, I guarantee you my choice is going to be better and worse at the same time. I'm still not sure what I'm going to pick. Once we get in 2 weeks, I'll announce it. I still don't know for sure because I'm in between like 2 or 3 movies. But once we get there, we'll get there.
All right.
So to finish out today's episode, shows to binge for us non-essential. For those of you out there don't got much to do, you got a lot of free time on your hands to listen to this podcast. We appreciate you. But here are shows that we recommend to binge. You want to start it off, or I'll start it off?
Yeah, I don't mind. A show that I just recently started rewatching with Michelle is Criminal Minds. It's on Netflix.
Never seen it.
It is so good. It's one of those shows, dude, where if I start an episode,
is it like a Law and Order type show? Because I've seen Law and Order.
Yeah, but it's I like it more than any other crime shows because it really dives into like the whole like psychology of what makes certain killers kill. Like it's actually like a smart, intelligent show.
Yeah,
but it's also scary. It's also a show when I watched it it just
like realistic or what?
In multiple ways. Either the things that happened in that show were actually committed, like crimes that were committed, and they're just like enacting them.
Yeah,
they were the crimes that they were inspired by actual things that happened, or the fucking writers are psychopaths themselves and wrote some fucked up shit. Every episode falls into one of those 3 categories, And what happens in those shows, and it's just some of the episodes are genuinely like, how can another human being even even think about doing anything close to this? And it like, it's definitely like maybe not scary, but like unnerving. Like, just I don't know how else to describe it besides like,
Yeah.
just kind of like makes you just to feel weird.
And where can people watch this?
It's on Netflix.
So
I
I
don't
might
think
have to check it out.
I don't think it has all the episodes, all the seasons. They have most, I think, because I think like TV wise, I think they're up to 15 seasons, and
Yeah.
on Netflix they have 12 seasons, which is still plenty because every episode is 40 minutes long. And I'm pretty sure every season has about 20 episodes, maybe.
Okay. So for
So
me, my first recommendation is gonna be it's called The Boys. You ever seen this? It's a superhero show.
no, you and Arnoldo have told me to watch it, but
This
I haven't
show
seen it.
is phenomenal. First off, it's an Amazon exclusive, Amazon original. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch, and I feel like a lot of people do. You can watch the show for free on Amazon. It's on there. It's only 8 episodes. Each episode's a little bit under an hour, and it's like a superhero show. Just imagine like kind of like the Justice League essentially, because there's a character in there that's just like Superman, one that's just like Flash, one that's like Aquaman, one's just like Wonder Woman. And just imagine this, but rated R and like realistic. And what I mean by that is, one, it's rated R, people fucking die. Like a lot of people die. Realistic is like there's a scene where like the dude that's fast, like the Flash, he's like running and he runs into somebody and that fucking person blows up and there's fucking blood everywhere. Like it's like a realistic take on superheroes and like how they would be corrupted and evil and shitty in real life. Essentially, in this world, the superheroes are the celebrities, like the movie actors, the singers. That's who they are in this show, and it's so good. It's a quick watch. It's 8 episodes. It ends on a holy shit moment. Season 2 is supposed to come out this summer, so
Well,
it's
maybe
so
not.
good. Well, it's already done filming, so it,
Oh, is
it
it?
might
Oh,
actually,
okay.
yeah. It wrapped up filming late last year, I think, or early this year.
Okay. Well, it's one of those shows where I've heard about it. People tell me to watch it. I
Like
just
I literally watched all 8 episodes straight because Arnaldo told me about it. Like, you know what? I'm gonna finally watch it right before I go to bed, and I ended, and that was a mistake. But like, I was like, I'm off tomorrow. I'll start watch it. I started it, dude. I didn't stop. It was so good. I could not stop. I think I took like an hour nap in between episode 4 and 5, and that was it.
I think the reason I haven't watched it yet is just because it's an Amazon Prime jail. Even though I have Amazon Prime, I just the simple fact that I have to go to the website, even though I
Well,
don't.
you can if you got a smart TV, there's the apps. The apps on PS4. The apps on
I
like I
know.
watched on smart TV.
It's just one of those things where like it's a stupid excuse, but it's my excuse for not watching it.
Get on it. To me, like this one and another show I'll get to are like my number one recommendations just because they're so short. You can watch them. I think you literally watch them in one sitting, and that's to me that's like the definition of a binge. All right,
Okay.
next one.
This show is on the little lighter note. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, so good. I contemplate putting it on my list. That show's so good. I haven't seen it all the way through though, but it's really good.
I love it. I rewatched it so many times. I think it might be like my favorite like sitcom-esque show because I don't know. I just love it. I love Jake. I love Captain Holt. I
It's so
lo-
funny. I've been like, dude, oh, what show should I watch next? I think I'm gonna watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
It's just so good. I love all the actors in this show are just so good. Like all the chemistry between everyone is great. The comedy is fucking gold.
Yeah, I like the chief too. He's so fun. The gay guy.
Yeah, it's Captain Holt.
Yeah, he's so
He's
funny, dude.
just
His
such a
dry
good show.
humor is so good.
It's just so good. I cannot recommend that show. And like it's one of those shows, dude.
And that show's on Hulu for those.
Yeah. And it's pretty long, dude. It has like 6 seasons, 7 seasons. And it's fucking great. It's fucking great. I cannot recommend it enough.
My next recommendation is The Umbrella Academy. Okay, it's another superhero show, and this one's a Netflix original. It's so good. This one, I feel like it's very. Did you watch this one at least or no?
No, I haven't seen these
Oh
shows.
my god, dude! This one's so. This is based off a comic book wrote by what's his name, Gerald Way, the guy from My Chemical Romance. I'm pretty sure his name is Gerald Way. If I messed that up, my bad. But he wrote a comic book years ago. It was the Umbrella Academy. They made it into a show. He's actually one of the producers of the show, and it's so freaking good. It's only 10 episodes. It's supposed to be 2 seasons. There's only 1 season at the moment. It's a Netflix original. 10 episodes. It's a quick watch, like real quick watch, and it's along the lines of Boys too. It's like it's not it's a mature. I want to say it's ready. Like The Boys is really mature, where they straight up slaughter people. Like the Umbrella Academy is also violent, but it's not. It doesn't take it to the max. It's really well written characters. It's like kids that were born with superpowers and they're put into the school. It's really good. I highly recommend that one. Only at 10 episodes, and I think each episode's like 25 minutes.
Oh no, every episode's an hour long.
Oh, it's an hour long? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Every episode's an hour long.
That one, dude. I recommend you watch that one next.
Liar, pants on fire.
I recommend you watch that one next, Diego.
I might watch it. It's like I said, it's just one of those shows.
It's my favorite Netflix original show. Like I like it better than Stranger Things.
I might watch it. I'll see. Well,
and it's only because Stranger Things had a really okay second season.
Yeah, it was a little okay.
I loved to start season 3, but season 2 was just meh.
Season 1 was awesome. Season 3 was awesome. Season 2, yeah, it was. I think it just couldn't live up to the hype of season 1.
Yeah, but season 3 lives up to the hype, in my opinion, of season 1.
But it was because it was better than season 2. So
true, maybe.
So it was like a roller coaster. It went up, down, and it had to go back up. It didn't have to, but like, and I think the next season. Let's not talk about that. We're not talking about
we'll talk about that. The closer we get to season 4, we'll talk about predictions for season 4.
Yeah. Another binge-worthy show, and as much as I hate to admit it, I love How I Met Your Mother.
Ooh. That's when that was on my list. I fucking love that show. That's my all-time favorite sitcom show. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, this and Brooklyn Nine-Nine are my favorites. Just the ending to How I Met Your Mother is.
Oh, I know.
Is what takes that show from being like a fucking perfect gem.
If it wasn't for that ending, that show would be perfect in my opinion.
Yeah, me too. Like I love all the characters. Barney. Everyone needs a Barney in their life. Everyone needs a friend like Barney in their life. It's just so good.
And we won't spoil the end. We won't get to spoil any of these shows. If you haven't seen How I Met Your Mother, and there's people out there that haven't seen it, this show is so good, dude. The reason I love this show so much is because it's so fucking relatable. Because I had those years with, like, I'd go with a bunch of buddies. We go to the bar like 3-4 times a week. For sure, every Saturday. Like, it's so good, dude.
It's
so good. I've rewatched that show every like 2-3 months. No bullshit.
I've been rewatching it. That and Criminal Minds is what I've been watching.
And that show makes me cry every fucking time on certain episodes. Like, How I Met Your Mother gets really real at times, and it's so good. It's so well written. But damn that ending. Just watch everything except the last episode.
I don't think I've cried in that episode, in that show.
No? Oh, that's crazy.
But it is fucking great. It is so good.
Like, I'm not talking about like crazy cry, just tears in my eyes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like it's never made me do that, but I can see why.
Yeah, I don't want to say why because there's one specific thing that always gets me. But yeah, my next one is along those lines. It's for those, if you're a fan of like The Office, I think you'll like Parks and Recreation. That's a show that's so many people have not seen, have slept on it, or maybe watched a few episodes and just didn't like it. I highly recommend people watch this show. Parks and Recreation. It's on Netflix and Hulu. It's 7 seasons. It has 125 episodes, but it's so fucking good. And the ending is so good. Like the whole show, the first season's it's not for everybody. I get it, but it gets so good so quick.
Yeah, it is good. I think the only part that I don't enjoy necessarily maybe is Aziz Ansari.
Oh, he's one of the best things about this show. Him and John Raphael.
See,
and John Raphael's sister, dude.
I think like he's in the show, he's great, but I just don't like Aziz. I don't think Aziz Ansari is funny, and I think
he's funny, but he fell off hardcore.
I think he's one of the reasons a lot of people don't watch it because they see Aziz Ansari and they're like, oh, I don't want to watch that.
This show has the beginnings of Chris Pratt. Fat Chris Pratt. Watch this show. It's funny.
I love him. What's her name? Audrey
Plaza.
Yeah, I fucking love her.
Yeah,
and
she's great. Her character.
I love some Swanson. What's his name?
Ron Swanson.
Yeah. It's an awesome show. Definitely recommend it.
You got
any more binge-worthy shows? Well, I think a show that is fucking binge-worthy that I rewatched 1,000,005 times is completely different from what we've talked about. My Hero Academia. It's an anime.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu, Crunchyroll. Absolutely love it.
Funimation.
Absolutely fucking love it. It's hands down my favorite show. Hands down. Like no question. Like if you're even slightly into anime, slightly into superheroes, just into having a good time, My Hero Academia. It's like I cannot swoon enough about this show.
My last recommendation, and I got a bunch, but this is gonna be the last one I'll do for today. Maybe we'll revisit this topic in a few weeks if we're still going through this sitting at home. Is Community. So Community is some of the most smartest, best written, funniest content ever on television. This show is so fucking good. Completely it has so many little inside jokes, recurring jokes, a lot of clever stuff, little stuff that if you don't catch it, it's fine. If you do, it's even funnier. It's been on Hulu for the longest. It's just came out on Netflix this week, maybe last week. I've been watching through it like all over again, and it has 6 seasons. It has 110 episodes. It's phenomenal.
It's fucking great.
The first 3 seasons are some of the best TV ever.
The chemistry between all the characters, like, it's great.
Like I'm almost done watching the 6th season, and I already want to restart it. It's that good.
You just reminded me of a show that I actually wanted to bring up, but I forgot about.
What's up?
The Goldbergs.
Never seen it. It looks funny though.
It's fucking hilarious. The only reason that I started watching that show is because one of the main character, not a main character, but like a reoccurring character in the show that's introduced later on. His name is Shane Top. And I know him from the old school YouTube channel called Smosh.
Yeah,
he's one of the newer members, and I watch Smosh to this day. I just recently got really into them, like not recently, but like maybe like a year ago, I got really into them.
Yeah.
Just when I get bored, I watch random channels or I rewatch channels that I used to watch. And one day I decided to start rewatching Smosh, and Shane Top is part of them. He's like he's one of the people from Smosh. He does all the things that they like. He's in a lot of their skits, a lot of their other things that they do.
Yeah.
And they always talked about how he was like, oh yeah, like Shane is off recording with the Goldbergs, so he's gonna be like this, or he did that. Like the Goldbergs was brought up multiple times, and Shane Top is hilarious. So I was like, fuck it, I'll watch the show, and I fell in love, and I love it. It's hilarious, like absolutely hilarious.
I might have to check that one out. I've never seen that. I know what it is, but I've never seen. I had never even seen a clip of that show. Like I know nothing of the show other than what it is, like what it looks like.
I think it's a hidden gem. Definitely a hidden gem that not a lot of people watch, but people need to watch it. It's super good.
I think that's good. I'd be impressed if anyone's seen every freaking show we recommended. But
and if they do, they're fucking nerds. I need to go out sometime.
Check these out. Let us know if you watch any, if you've discovered any new shows because of this, and what you think of it. And we might, so maybe in a few weeks, we'll revisit this topic. We'll see, because there's a bunch of other shows I love that I didn't talk about.
Yeah,
and
same.
These are just, I just try to focus on shows that I feel like most people hadn't watched.
On almost anything we talked about today, I had so much more to talk about, but I just didn't want to. We could go on for hours, like we said, and just didn't think we should.
Yeah. So, you want to add anything else?
Not really. Just wanted to just say thanks for listening to us ramble on about our childhood shows.
Yeah, I appreciate it if y'all still listening.
Well,
that's it for today. Peace out.
Peace out, you guys.